1 hour a day can change your life. Not someday, not eventually, but starting now. If you use it with intention, that's not just a sentence, it's a challenge to the way you've been living. Every single day, you're given time. And in that time, most people scroll, complain, wait, or repeat the same routine while expecting different results. But here's the truth. If you can dedicate just one focused hour each day to yourself, everything begins to shift. Not because the hour itself is special, but because you become deliberate. This audiobook isn't about hype, it's about building something real. You'll learn how to take 1 hour and turn it into discipline, clarity, progress, and confidence. The kind that doesn't disappear, the kind that stays. Ask yourself, how long have you been stuck? How long have you been talking about changing? It doesn't take all day. It takes 1 hour, again and again. That's how real transformation starts. Chapter 1. Give yourself 1 full hour to improve every day. This isn't about doing everything at once. It's about doing the right things for the right amount of time, consistently. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they never learned how to use their time in a way that builds them instead of draining them. That's what we're talking about. Giving yourself 1 solid hour each day to improve your life. Think about this. 1 hour, 60 minutes. That's just 4% of your day, yet most people will hand over hours to scrolling, entertainment, complaining, or waiting around, but won't give even 1 hour to themselves. And that's why many never become who they were meant to be. Change doesn't require luck. It doesn't require perfect timing. It requires discipline. It requires a decision. If you're not where you want to be in life, there's a strong chance you've been giving your time to the wrong things. Time is a mirror. It reflects your priorities, and 1 hour a day tells a powerful story about what you believe you're worth. If you give yourself 1 hour every day, not to rest, not to escape, but to build, to study, to reflect, to train, to grow, you won't recognize yourself in a few months. You don't need anything extreme. You don't need a big event to turn your life around. You need a chair, a notebook, and a quiet space. You need discipline, you need consistency, and most of all, you need honesty. 1 hour a day is enough to change the way you think. That's where everything begins. Because weak thoughts lead to weak actions. But when your thinking sharpens, your life starts to move. You ask better questions. You stop wasting energy on things that don't matter. You stop reacting to everything and start acting with intention. That's the kind of change that lasts, and it starts with 1 hour. Here's what you need to understand. You already have the time. You just haven't claimed it. People say they're too busy, but busy with what? You can't be too busy to become better. Because if you don't make time for improvement, life will make time for regret. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Use 1 hour a day to take full responsibility. Sit down and be honest about what you want. Don't lie to yourself. If you've been lazy, admit it. If you've been distracted, acknowledge it. If you've been waiting for someone else to fix things for you, stop. No one is coming to save you. That's not negativity, that's power. Because if it's in your hands, you can actually change it. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be brilliant. You don't even have to be fast. But you do have to be consistent. You have to show up for yourself every single day. That 1 hour becomes your edge. When others are tired, you're improving. When others are guessing, you're learning. When others are stuck, you're growing. That's the difference between people who live with purpose and people who drift through life. Start simple. Take that 1 hour and decide what matters most to you. Maybe you use it to read a solid book. Not noise, not junk. A book that sharpens your thinking. Maybe you use that hour to write, to put your thoughts on paper, to sort through confusion and find clarity. Or maybe you move your body, train your mind through discipline. You sweat, you push, you remind yourself that you are not your excuses. You can also use that hour to build something, a skill, a business, a side project, something that gives you control over your future. And maybe you're not good at it yet. That's fine. That's the point of practice. Use that hour to make progress. Small steps compound quickly when you show up daily. You might think, what if I miss a day? You don't quit. You don't punish yourself. You restart. That's strength. Don't let one bad day turn into a bad week or a bad month. You're not chasing perfection. You're becoming better than you were yesterday. Over time, that 1 hour will change you. Not just on the outside, it will change how you speak, how you walk into a room, what you tolerate, how you carry yourself. You'll begin to trust yourself again. You'll look in the mirror and see someone who keeps promises. That's powerful. Most people break promises to themselves every day. They say they'll start tomorrow. They say they'll wake up early. They say they'll stop wasting time. But their actions never line up with their words. When that happens for too long, you start believing you're weak. You begin to think change is too difficult, but it isn't too hard. You just haven't committed to 1 hour a day. That's the real difference. Here's the truth. Success isn't complicated. It isn't mysterious. It isn't reserved for a special few. It belongs to those who choose it daily. And choosing means saying no to the things that drain you. It means setting boundaries. It means doing what needs to be done when no one is watching, especially when no one is watching. That's character. 1 hour a day teaches you that you can rely on yourself. It shows you that your future matters more than your comfort. It reminds you that time is a tool, not a trap. When you stay consistent with that 1 hour, confidence grows. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You stop looking for approval. You realize the life you want doesn't come from luck. It comes from effort. 1 hour of focused effort each day compounds. In 1 month, that's 30 hours of intentional growth. In 6 months, that's 180 hours invested in your future. In 1 year, that's 365 hours spent building, growing, and evolving while others stay stuck in the same complaints. You have to look at your life and ask yourself, am I using my time to escape or to evolve? 1 hour won't change you if you waste it. But if you use it with intention, if you protect it like your future depends on it, it will change your life. So start today. Don't wait for motivation. Motivation shows up after action. Just begin. Set a time. Make it non-negotiable. Don't explain it to people. Don't wait for them to understand. This is your life. This is your hour. And it's time you give yourself what you actually deserve. If you truly give 1 hour a day, you'll feel something you haven't felt in a long time. Momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence builds courage. And courage changes lives. Not someday, not next year, today. 1 hour a day can change your life, but only if you're ready to finally choose yourself. Chapter 2. Get out of bed and take back your day. Most people don't realize how much of their life they give away the moment they hit the snooze button. Not just minutes, not just time. They give away control. When you don't get out of bed with purpose, something else starts running your day. Your habits, your mood, your distractions, your excuses. If that continues long enough, you stop feeling in control of anything. That's why getting out of bed early, on your own terms, matters more than people think. It isn't just about waking up, it's about waking up to your life. Every day you stay in bed longer than planned is another day you delay your progress. Not because you're weak, not because you're lazy, but because you haven't decided to lead your day. You're letting the day lead you, and when the day leads you, it takes you where it wants, not where you want to go. Getting out of bed early isn't just time management, it's life management. The first decision you make in the morning sets the tone for every decision that follows. If your first move is hesitation, the rest of your day scatters. If your first move is doubt, confidence fades. But if your first move is action, your day starts with power. Getting up when you said you would, even when it's uncomfortable, even when no one is watching. teaches you something important. It shows you that you have control over yourself. And when you feel in control of yourself, everything else in life feels possible. You stop letting emotions run your choices. You stop being ruled by old patterns. You start deciding based on who you want to become, not how you feel in the moment. Most people say they want to change their life, but change doesn't start at the gym. It doesn't start at work. It doesn't even start with a book. It starts when your alarm goes off and you choose to rise. That's where real discipline begins. Not in a dramatic moment, but in the quiet of your own room, when you choose action over comfort. You don't need to feel excited about waking up. You just need to be willing. Stop waiting to feel ready. That's the mistake most people make. They think they need the right feeling before taking action. But if you wait to feel like it, you'll wait forever. Progress begins when you move first. And when you do that day after day, those early hours become powerful. They become your edge. The people who get ahead in life aren't always the smartest or the most talented. They're the most consistent. They're the ones who show up before the world wakes up. They don't waste their mornings arguing with the alarm clock because they understand that first hour is the most honest part of the day. No noise, no distractions, just you and your choices. Those choices add up. One early morning becomes two become a week becomes a month. And before you realize it, you've built something most people never do. Momentum. That's what creates confidence. That's what separates talkers from doers. Anyone can talk about changing their life. Anyone can say, tomorrow. But only a few stand up every day and do what they said they would. You have to decide who you want to be. Do you want to live on snooze, watching life pass by from the comfort of a pillow? Or do you want to take ownership and say, this is my time and I'm not wasting it? No one is going to give you the life you want. You have to take it. And it starts with how you begin your day. There's something powerful about being awake while the world is quiet. No pressure, no noise, no distractions. Just you, your thoughts, and a fresh chance to move forward. Most people miss that chance because they sleep through it. They think they'll get to it later, but later turns into never when waiting becomes a habit. The person you want to become is waiting on the other side of discipline, and discipline begins in the morning. Not when it's easy, not when it's convenient, but when it's dark, when it's cold, when your bed feels better than your goals. That's the moment that shapes your future. You'll never truly know what you're capable of until you stop giving in to the voice that says, just 5 more minutes. Every time you ignore that voice, you build strength. Every time you rise when it would be easier to stay down, you build identity. You become someone you respect. That's real confidence. It doesn't come from applause. It doesn't come from other people believing in you. It comes from proving to yourself that you're in control of your actions. Let's be honest, this isn't about becoming some machine that wakes up at 4 in the morning every single day. It's not about showing off or being perfect. This is about taking your time back. You don't need extremes. You need consistency. Wake up early enough to work on something that matters to you. Not what the world demands, not what your phone pushes at you, but what your future self will be grateful for. If you've been feeling stuck, this is where it begins. Not with a perfect plan, not with a long list. Just get up and reclaim your time. Use your morning to get clear, to move your body, to think, to write, to build, to breathe. That 1 hour of ownership makes the next 23 easier to handle. When you start your day with power, you carry that power forward. But if you begin with delay, distraction, and self-doubt, that energy follows you too. The mindset you create in the first hour leaks into everything else. That's why you have to protect it. Don't wake up to chaos. Don't wake up to your inbox. Wake up with direction. Wake up with a reason. The truth is, your bed will always feel better in the moment. But that comfort comes at a price. It costs you your goals. It costs you your edge. It costs you the version of yourself you say you want to become. Over time, that cost adds up. Missed opportunities, wasted potential, growing frustration. You start asking why nothing is working, when the real answer is you've been giving away your day before it even begins. That's a hard truth most people don't want to face. But if you're willing to face it, if you're willing to change it, everything can shift. You don't need a miracle, you need movement. And that movement starts the moment your feet hit the floor. That's the first win of the day. If you can win that, you're already ahead. So take that decision seriously, because this isn't just about waking up, it's about showing up. It's about doing what matters before the world gets a chance to distract you. When you do that day after day, you become unstoppable. Take back your mornings, take back your focus, take back your day. The moment you get out of bed with purpose, the world starts moving differently around you, and more importantly, you start moving differently within yourself. Chapter 3. Put your attention where your future actually grows. Everyone wants a better future, but most never reach it. Not because they don't try, but because they focus on the wrong things. Your life always moves in the direction of your attention. When your attention is scattered, your life becomes scattered. When your focus stays on things that don't truly matter, you spend your energy chasing short-term comfort while long-term goals fall behind. This is the reality many avoid. The life you're building is shaped by what you choose to focus on every single day. It's easy to say you want success. It's easy to say you want growth. But it's not about what you say. It's about where your attention goes when no one is watching. If your attention is tied up in drama, other people's opinions, comparison, and insecurity, you're feeding the wrong future. You need to understand this. Your attention is your power. Wherever it goes, your energy follows. And wherever your energy goes, results begin to form. Every day you choose what to think about, what to work on, what to pursue. When you let your mind get pulled into distractions, you live in reaction instead of creation. The danger is that most distractions don't look dangerous at first. They look like notifications, entertainment, small tasks, or other people's problems. But slowly, they pull your attention away from what actually builds you. No one is going to protect your focus for you. The world doesn't care if you waste it. In fact, it benefits when you're distracted. But your future only grows when your attention is placed on what moves you forward. That means training your mind to resist what's easy and choose what matters. Not once in a while, every single day. Ask yourself this: what are you really giving your attention to? Are you spending hours replaying what went wrong? Constantly checking who liked your post? Letting fear occupy space in your mind? Attention is limited. You don't get it back. And if you're not careful, your time and focus will be spent without ever moving you closer to the life you say you want. If you want to grow, you have to decide what actually moves you forward, what skills deserve your time, what goals are worth your full focus, what areas of your life need to be built, not just maintained. When you get clear on that, everything changes, because now your attention isn't just being used, it's being invested, and investments build something. They don't just pass time, they shape the future. There's a big difference between being busy and being focused. Being busy can make you feel productive, but being focused actually creates progress. And real focus is uncomfortable. It demands effort. It requires you to sit down, say no to distractions, and give your full mind to one thing. Most people avoid that clarity, not because they're lazy, but because it forces them to face what they've been running from. The moment you put your attention on what truly matters, excuses stop working. You begin to see where you've been wasting time. You notice the gaps in your habits. You feel the difference between activity and real progress. That discomfort isn't a problem. It's the start of transformation. You don't need more time. You need better focus. If you truly locked in on one goal for just one focused hour a day for the next year, you would be unrecognizable 12 months from now. But the challenge is, the world wants your attention every second. Scroll here, click there, react to this, answer that. And if you don't take control, your focus gets pulled in every direction, none of them leading to the life you're trying to build. This isn't about working harder all the time. It's about making sure the work you do actually counts. You can spend 5 hours doing 10 small things that don't matter. Or you can spend 1 solid hour doing something that improves your life. That's the difference between movement and progress. And that difference comes from attention. Train yourself to notice when you drift. When your mind starts wandering toward things that drain you, bring it back. You're not a robot. You have control over your focus. The more you practice this, the stronger your attention becomes, like a muscle. At first, it's difficult to stay locked in, but over time, you'll work deeper, think clearer, and move faster toward the life you want. Start by deciding where your attention needs to go. Maybe it's a project you've been avoiding. Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's learning something new. Maybe it's fixing something that's been broken for too long. Whatever it is, commit to giving it your attention every day. Not leftover time, not what's convenient, your best energy, because what you feed grows. You also need to protect your mind from information overload. You don't need to know everything happening in the world every second. You don't need to watch every video, read every comment, or react to every headline. That constant noise steals clarity, and without clarity, focus becomes weak and scattered. Be selective about what enters your mind. You're not obligated to consume everything offered to you. Choose what helps you think better, not what helps you waste time. Remember this. Your attention shapes your identity. The more time you spend focused on growth, effort, and progress, the more you begin to see yourself as capable, grounded, and in control. But when your attention is always jumping from one distraction to the next, you feel anxious, restless, and unfulfilled. Not because something is wrong with you, but because your energy is being spent without intention. This shift doesn't happen by accident. It happens through daily discipline. Wake up and decide what gets your attention before the world decides for you. Set boundaries. Turn off what doesn't serve you. Say no to what pulls you off course. Not because you're being rude, but because you're building something. Because you respect your future enough to give it your full presence today. There's a reason successful people guard their attention like it's gold, because it is. They don't give everyone access to their mind. They don't react to every notification. They don't spend hours explaining themselves to people who don't matter. They focus. They protect their time. They stay anchored in what moves them forward. You can do the same, but you have to stop trying to do everything at once. You have to stop thinking you can multitask your way to success. You can't. What you need is depth. And depth only comes when you give one thing your full attention. That's how mastery is built. That's how confidence is earned. That's how real change happens. So look at your life honestly. Where is your attention going right now? Who or what is getting most of your mental energy right now? Is it helping you grow or just keeping you busy? Are you focused on problems or are you working towards solutions? Are you building your future or quietly avoiding it? You don't have to do everything today, but you do have to focus on something that matters. Even if it's just for 1 hour, place your attention where your future actually grows. Then do it again tomorrow, and the day after that. Because when you live like this, you stop chasing success. You become the kind of person who attracts it naturally through discipline, clarity, and the daily choice to focus on what matters. Chapter 4. Build something meaningful with your time today. Every day you wake up with time in your hands. Whether you realize it or not, That time is either being used to build or being wasted. Most people move through their day reacting to everything around them. They check their phone, scroll through other people's lives, jump from one task to the next, and by the end of the day, they've poured hours into things that meant nothing to them. Then they wonder why life feels empty, why they feel stuck, why they don't feel proud of anything. It's because nothing they did that day was meaningful to them. You have time. Maybe not unlimited time, maybe not perfectly organized time, but you have time, and within that time, you have a choice. You can spend it repeating yesterday, or you can use it to create something that actually matters to you. That's what separates people who move forward from people who stay stuck. It's not luck, it's not opportunity, it's how they use their time, especially the time no one sees. People say they're too busy. What they really mean is they haven't made what matters a priority. You always find time for what's important. The real question is whether your growth is important enough to make the list. Is your purpose important enough to sit down, focus, and begin building? The truth is, building something meaningful takes effort. It takes focus. It takes deciding that even if no one notices, even if there's no applause, even if it's uncomfortable, you'll do it anyway because it matters to you. That's where meaning comes from. Not from routines, not from checking off tasks, but from building with intention. From creating something you can look back on tomorrow and feel proud of. You don't need a perfect plan to start. You don't need to wait for the right mood. You need to sit down and use what you already have. Your mind, your time, your energy, your vision. Maybe it's writing a page. Maybe it's recording your ideas. Maybe it's designing something. Maybe it's improving your health. Maybe it's learning a skill that moves you closer to your next level. What you build isn't the point. The point is that when you start building, you feel purpose again. You stop drifting. You stop chasing motivation and start creating a reason to wake up tomorrow with clarity. Most people don't need a vacation. They need a reason. They need something that reminds them their time matters. Your time isn't just for surviving, it's for building. It's for creating something that lasts longer than the moment. You don't have to do everything in one day, but you do have to start. You have to give yourself permission to work on your vision, even if it's small, even if it's quiet. If you keep waiting for the perfect moment, it will never arrive. Life doesn't slow down so you can catch up. You have to create space to grow inside the life you already have. There is strength in showing up for your own goals, especially when no one else understands them. You don't need permission. You don't need applause. You need consistency. You need to remind yourself daily that your time is valuable and what you do with it will shape your future. That's not pressure, that's power, because it means you don't have to wait on anyone. Don't let comparison distract you. Don't let someone else's timeline make you feel behind. You're not late, you're distracted. And the fastest way back to progress is to sit down and begin again. Begin again with one idea. Begin again with 1 hour. Begin again with a clear mind. You're not stuck. You're just not building yet. And once you start, momentum follows. You don't have to change your life in a single day, but every day you can change something. Every day you can decide. Today, I build. That mindset alone can change how you live. Instead of waking up asking how to get through the day, you wake up asking, what can I create with this time? That's how you take control of your life. That's how you stop feeling like a passenger and start feeling like the one driving. Most people want results, but they don't want the process. And the process is simple. It's about showing up and doing the work. Not glamorous, not exciting all the time, but effective. Real growth lives in the space between intention and action, and that bridge is built with your time. Take 1 hour, one focused hour, block it, guard it. Don't use it to scroll, don't use it to kill time, use it to build. Use it to improve something in your life you've been neglecting. Because when you build, you create progress. And when you see progress, you feel hope. Not because everything is perfect, but because you're moving forward. That's what building does. It replaces doubt with direction. It replaces excuses with action. It replaces fear with responsibility. You're not waiting for motivation anymore. You're creating discipline. You're not waiting to feel ready. You're becoming ready by doing. That's a powerful shift. And it begins the moment you stop wasting your own time. There is no perfect moment to start. But every moment you delay is a moment lost. That's the cost of hesitation. That's why today matters. Not tomorrow, not someday. Today, with the time you have, with the mind you have, with the energy you have left. Use it, build with it. Even if you're tired, even if you're unsure, just begin. Because small steps, taken consistently, build strong foundations. One day you'll look back and realize that the simple decision to give part of your time to something meaningful changed the direction of your life. Not because it was easy, not because it was fast, but because it was yours. You built it, you owned it, you committed to it, and nothing replaces the feeling of knowing you used your time to become more. Not just to stay busy, but to build. Build your health, build your mind, build your skills, build your peace, build your future. Do it today, because today is the only time you can work with, and if you give it your best, it will return more than you expect. You already have what it takes. You always have. You just need to stop giving your time to things that don't serve you and start using it to build something that does, something that matters, something that lifts you, something that lasts. Give your time a purpose, and your life will follow. Chapter 5. Learn one useful thing that helps you grow. Growth doesn't come from doing more, it comes from knowing more. Not random information, but something useful. Something that changes how you think, how you act, how you show up. Every day gives you a chance to learn something that improves your life, something that sharpens your judgment, something that helps you make better decisions and builds confidence. Most people never take that chance. They wait. They say they'll get to it later. They get lost in noise. They choose entertainment over education. Then they wonder why they feel stuck, why the same patterns repeat, why nothing changes. If you want to grow, you have to become someone who learns on purpose. Not once in a while, not when it's convenient, every day. You don't need hours of study. You don't need a classroom. You need one useful idea, one concept that helps you understand life better, one insight that helps you handle stress, people, money, time, relationships, responsibility, whatever you're dealing with right now. Because your next level depends on what you know. You can't act better until you think better, and you won't think better until you learn better. Every problem you face is either something you already know how to solve or something you haven't learned how to handle yet. When learning stops, growth stops. You stay stuck at the level of your last breakthrough. You recycle the same thoughts, use the same approach, make the same mistakes, not because you're not trying, but because you haven't learned a better way yet. One useful thing a day. That's it. That's the mindset. It might come from a book, a podcast, a quote that makes you pause, a conversation with someone you respect, a mistake that finally teaches you something. The source doesn't matter, the usefulness does. Can you apply it? Does it change how you see your time, your effort, your future? Growth isn't stuffing your mind with information. Growth happens when you take one clear idea and live by it. When you don't just hear it but understand it. Think about it. Write it down. Ask yourself how it applies to your life today. That kind of learning changes you slowly, daily, but deeply. Learning doesn't require genius. It requires hunger, a hunger to improve, a hunger to understand, a hunger to stop staying stuck in the same place. You can learn from anything if you're paying attention. But most people are distracted. They scroll more than they think. They look for quick answers instead of deep understanding. They chase shortcuts and avoid mastery. That's why they don't grow. Not because of a lack of potential, but a lack of focused learning. If you want a better life, you have to learn how life works, how your mind works, how habits shape your future, how to manage emotions, how to build things that last, how to speak in a way that creates trust, how to think long-term, how to move with purpose instead of reacting to everything around you. None of that happens by accident. It happens when you sit down every day and ask, what can I learn today that will make me better tomorrow? Learning one useful thing a day may not look like much at first, but it compounds. 30 days from now, you'll be 30 ideas smarter, 30 new tools, 30 shifts in thinking, 30 layers of growth. And when you stay consistent, those ideas connect. They build on each other. And that's when you start seeing the world differently. You start making smarter moves. You speak with more confidence. You handle pressure better because now your growth is happening from the inside out. You have to stop waiting to feel motivated to learn. Learning isn't about feelings, it's about discipline. You make it part of your routine. You don't ask if you're in the mood. You do it because you understand your future depends on it. You don't need to read 10 books a week. You just need one paragraph that hits hard enough to change your behavior. That's what useful learning does. It reshapes behavior, and behavior reshapes results. Learning is also the cure for fear. When you feel stuck, uncertain, or unsure of your next move, it's not a sign that something is wrong with you. It's a sign that you need to grow. You need to learn something that makes the next step clearer. Most fear comes from confusion. But when you start learning the right things, your mind begins to clear. You stop overthinking. You start understanding. And understanding gives you direction. Make it a rule. Never let a day pass without learning something that helps you grow. Not random trivia, not surface-level tips. Something meaningful, something that helps you manage your life better and moves you one step closer to who you want to become. And don't just keep what you learn in your head. Use it, talk about it, teach it to someone, write it down, practice it. The more you interact with what you learn, the deeper it becomes part of you. And the more it becomes part of you, the more you change. Not just in what you know, but in how you live. Start paying attention to what you allow into your mind. Don't consume things that confuse you, weaken you, or distract you. Choose your inputs carefully. Choose content that challenges you, strengthens your mindset, sharpens your thinking. Your mind is your foundation. Protect it, feed it, sharpen it, one useful thing at a time. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room, but you do have to be the most committed to learning. That's how growth continues, no matter where you start, no matter how far behind you feel, no matter what you've been through. Growth doesn't require perfection, it requires attention. Attention to what you learn, how you learn, and what you do with it. The most powerful people aren't the loudest. They're the clearest thinkers. They speak with substance. They move with wisdom. And that comes from what they've learned through reading, listening, reflecting, and asking better questions. You can become that person too, but you have to decide. You have to make learning non-negotiable. Every time you learn something that helps you grow, you become stronger, clearer, more in control. That sense of growth builds momentum. You stop blaming. You stop making excuses. You stop searching for shortcuts because now you're focused on becoming better, not just hoping life gets easier. You can start right now. Learn one useful thing today, something that helps you think better, live smarter, and move closer to who you want to become. Repeat it tomorrow, then the next day. Stay consistent and your life will change. Not all at once, but day by day, idea by idea, step by step. Growth is a choice, and it begins with what you decide to learn today. Chapter 6. Do something physical to feel strong and awake. Your body holds the energy you need to build your future, and most people never access it because they don't move. They stay still, they sit for hours. They feel exhausted from doing nothing. When you don't use your body with purpose, you lose energy, clarity, and strength. That's why daily physical movement isn't about appearance. It's about waking up fully. It's about presence. It's about reminding yourself that you're capable of more than sitting and watching life pass by. You don't need to be an athlete. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need the perfect routine. You need action. You need movement. You need to push yourself, not for looks, but for performance, mental strength, and discipline. Because when your body moves, your mind shifts. The fog lifts. The tension releases. Excuses get quieter. You feel alive again. Physical movement wakes you up in a way nothing else does. When your heart pumps and your blood flows, something inside you changes. You stop overthinking. You stop doubting. You feel grounded. You start believing you can handle what's ahead. This isn't just exercise, it's building power from the inside out. There's a difference between being tired from doing too much and feeling heavy from doing too little. Most people feel drained not because they're overworked, but because they're inactive. They've sat too long, ignored their body's signals, and their mind has followed. You'd be surprised how fast that changes when you stand up, stretch, walk, do push-ups, step outside, and get your body moving again. Movement builds momentum. It puts you in control of your state. If you've been feeling stuck or low, one of the fastest ways to shift, that is to move. Not when it's convenient, not when you feel like it, but as a habit, as part of how you live. You have to stop waiting for energy and start generating it. Your body is a tool. Use it. Even just 10 minutes of movement can reset your day. It doesn't need to be intense, it just needs to be intentional. Get your body involved in your growth. Too many people try to think their way into a better life while ignoring the physical part of themselves. But the two are connected. A tired body clouds your mind. A strong body supports clear thinking. Physical habits build emotional strength. You handle pressure better. You push through resistance faster. You become the kind of person who keeps going when things get uncomfortable. The discipline you build through movement spills into every area of your life. When you challenge yourself to move even when you don't want to, you teach your mind to act without permission from your feelings. That's strength. That's how you keep promises to yourself. You'll never regret moving your body. You'll never regret the effort, the sweat, the push. But you will regret the days you put it off, staying in bed too long, letting your muscles weaken, letting your drive fade. Every time you skip movement, you train yourself to accept low energy. You train yourself to settle, and over time that becomes your new normal. But you can change it. And it starts with one decision to move today. You don't need to follow what everyone else is doing. Find something that works for you. Walk, stretch, dance, do bodyweight exercises. It doesn't have to be impressive. It has to be consistent, because what's consistent becomes who you are. The more you move, the more alive you feel. Your body was made to move. Don't let it waste away. Doing something physical first thing in the morning sets the tone for your day. You start with intention. You activate your strength. You remind yourself that you have control. You're not reacting to the day. You're creating it. You're not waiting to feel good. You're giving yourself what you need. That's ownership. And ownership is where transformation begins. Motivation comes after action, not before it. Stop waiting for the right mood. Start taking the right actions. Moving your body builds internal respect. You stop breaking promises to yourself. You become someone you trust. When you trust yourself, you move through the world with certainty. No one else can do this for you. No one else can give you the strength that comes only through discipline. This is your responsibility and your opportunity. Every drop of effort you give your physical self returns as clarity, focus, and drive. If you've been tired or off lately, start moving, not for perfection, not to impress, but to feel fully awake again. You don't need caffeine or energy drinks. You need a daily pattern of showing up for your health, choosing strength over comfort, proving to yourself that you can do hard things. Feeling strong in your body changes everything. You walk differently. You speak with more belief. You act without second guessing. It's not about looks. It's about presence, energy, and commitment. Start where you are. Begin again. Your body remembers. It wants to move. Give it that chance. Don't overthink. Just do something physical. Push through resistance. Get your blood moving. Feel your breath. Remember what it's like to be alive in your body. Movement shifts you. You become clear, sharper, ready to face the day. You don't need long workouts or perfect form. You need to start today with whatever energy you have and the space you're in. Do something that requires effort. Make yourself sweat. Wake up. Remind yourself you're in control of your health, energy, and life. The goal isn't extreme, it's consistent. Movement becomes a daily standard, not random. You move because it's who you are. You move because comfort won't run your life. You move because your goals deserve the strongest version of you. Take care of your body, and it will take care of everything else. Use your time wisely. Don't let another day go by without moving. You owe it to yourself to feel strong, capable, alive. You have what it takes. Now prove it through action. Chapter 7. Slow down and check what's really happening inside. Most people rush through life. They wake, jump into tasks, check their phone, go through motions, and fall asleep without ever noticing how they feel. They keep moving because slowing down feels uncomfortable. They don't stop to ask why they feel heavy, tired, irritated, or disconnected. They think productivity equals busyness. Real progress comes from awareness. Awareness only comes when you slow down and look inward. You can't fix what you refuse to face. You can't face what you never notice. If you want to grow, if you want to understand your thoughts, behavior, and patterns, you have to slow down. You have to make space to reflect. Ask the hard questions. What am I avoiding? What am I angry about? What am I holding on to that no longer serves me? These questions don't appear in a rush. They come when you give yourself time to sit and be honest. It's easy to get lost in tasks and routines. You can go days, weeks, even years without stopping to check what's really going on inside. You might be succeeding outwardly while falling apart inside. You might perform well but feel empty. You might smile in front of others but feel frustrated when alone. No one else will notice because you've learned to hide it well, but you will feel it. That silent pressure builds, and if you don't face it, it can break you. You don't need more noise. You need clarity. You need a moment of quiet. You need to give yourself permission to pause, not to escape, not to scroll, but to listen to your own thoughts, emotions, and needs. Sometimes the answers aren't out there. They're already inside. You've just been moving too fast to hear them. Slowing down is not weakness, it's strength. It's choosing awareness, facing what's real instead of pretending everything's fine. It's taking the time to check in with your mental and emotional state. Are you okay? Are you clear on what you want? Are you running from something? Are your actions intentional or habitual? These questions help you understand your direction. It's possible to work hard, move fast, and still go in the wrong direction. You can check off goals that no longer reflect who you are. You won't notice unless you stop and look inward. Build the habit of checking in daily. Create space to breathe, think, and ask what's working and what's not. This isn't overthinking. It's taking responsibility for your inner world, because your inner world shapes your outer results. If your thoughts are messy, your decisions scatter. If your emotions are heavy, your energy drops. If your mind is full of noise, your focus weakens. One of the most powerful things you can do is spend quiet time with yourself. No distractions, no music, no phone, just you and your thoughts. Ask yourself honestly, are you holding resentment? Are you afraid of something? Are you stuck in patterns that no longer serve you? Answering these questions clearly stops self-deception and opens the path for change. Most people avoid this reflection because it's uncomfortable. It's easier to stay busy or blame others than to take ownership. But you can't change what you refuse to see, and no one can do this for you. When you slow down and check in, you notice what you couldn't before. You realize frustration may not be about today, but what hasn't healed from yesterday. You see, stress isn't always external. It's from pretending you're fine when you're not. You understand low energy isn't always physical, it's emotional. Once you see it, you can work through it. Checking in isn't sitting in pain, it's understanding where it comes from, so you move forward without dragging it behind. You can't step into your future while avoiding the present. You can't build peace while carrying confusion. Stop running. Pause. Ask yourself, am I proud of my recent thoughts? Am I treating myself with respect? Am I letting fear decide my actions? These are questions for being honest with yourself, not for appearing okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's awareness. Awareness gives power. Slowing down reconnects you with your values, vision, and sense of direction. It clears mental clutter so you can focus. In that clarity, you find peace, not dependent on outside conditions, but aligned with your truth. Don't wait for a breakdown to start checking in. Don't wait until exhaustion, anxiety, or loss. Build the habit now. Take a few minutes each day. Turn everything off. Close your eyes. Listen to the real version of yourself, not the one you show the world. That's where the answers are. Give yourself space to process. You don't need everything figured out. Stop running long enough to ask better questions and listen. Your inner world is always giving feedback. With consistent practice, you grow stronger mentally and emotionally. You stop reacting, stop carrying unnecessary pain, stop making choices based on fear or pressure. You start choosing what's right for you. You become grounded, focused, self-aware. That's real power. This isn't a one-time act, it's a lifelong practice. Growth brings new emotions, challenges, thoughts. The deeper your life, the deeper your awareness must be. Don't fear going there. Don't fear facing what's real. Slowing down isn't doing less. It's living with clarity, purpose, depth. Stop pretending. Start being honest. Listen. Pay attention to your thoughts, body, behavior. Every signal tells you something. Ignore it, and it grows louder. Listen, and you grow wiser. True growth comes not from pushing harder, but from understanding yourself. That only happens when you slow down and look within. Start now. Sit, breathe, ask the real questions, feel what's there. Don't rush, be real. Once you do, everything begins to align. Chapter 8. Fix one problem you keep running from. There's always one problem. You think about it, then push it aside. It shows up when you're alone, lingers in the background at work. You tell yourself you'll handle it later, but later never comes. You bury it under distractions, responsibilities, excuses, noise. The truth is, it's still there. Deep down, you know real progress won't happen until you stop avoiding it and face it. You don't need more time or motivation. you need to stop avoiding it. That problem, that conversation, that decision, that habit, that responsibility, you've been dodging it. It isn't going anywhere. Ignoring it hasn't made it disappear. If anything, it's been quietly growing while you move around it. Every time you walk away, you give it more power. Eventually, avoiding problems shapes your energy, focus, and self-respect. Not because the issue is unsolvable, but because running from something important weakens your momentum. You know the problem. It's the thing you think about when your mind is quiet, the thing you avoid talking about but can't shake. It shows up in your stress, frustration, and regret, yet you tell yourself you're too busy to deal with it. But not fixing it already costs you peace, energy, the ability to fully show up in life. You don't need to fix everything or solve every issue at once, but you do need to pick the one thing you've been avoiding and start addressing it, one step at a time. The longer you avoid it, the heavier it gets. That weight hides behind busyness, but the moment you face it, something changes. You stop running, stop lying to yourself, stop letting fear decide for you. That's when real change begins. Start with honesty. What are you really avoiding? What have you delayed too long? Maybe it's taking responsibility for something you did, walking away from something that no longer fits, setting a boundary, or admitting your current path isn't working. Avoiding it won't make it easier. Only action will. Facing a problem doesn't mean solving it perfectly. It means acknowledging it, not minimizing it, not pretending it's okay. Just saying, "I've been avoiding this and it's holding me back," can break the pattern. Fixing something doesn't have to be dramatic. A single phone call, a small change in routine, a decision to forgive, quit, or begin again. What matters is the intention. You're no longer running. You're stepping into responsibility, reclaiming control over your life instead of letting the unresolved issue pull you in all directions. Fear and resistance are normal. They signal you're touching something real. Avoidance might feel safe short-term, but long-term, it erodes confidence and drive, quietly convincing you that you can't handle your life. That's a lie. You can handle it. You've just convinced yourself it's safer not to try. Safety isn't the goal. Growth, strength, freedom are. Freedom comes when you stop avoiding the one thing keeping you stuck. You don't need to fix the whole world, just the problem stealing your energy. Ask yourself, what happens if I stop running from this? How would my life change if this were no longer an issue? How much lighter, clearer, more capable would I feel? The answer is obvious, so don't wait. Take the first uncomfortable step. Have the hard talk. Make the bold decision. Clear the weight that's been sitting on your back too long. You are not weak for having problems. You're human. You become strong the moment you stop avoiding them. The moment you say, "This stops with me," and decide to clean up what's messy, you gain clarity. Once you stop hiding from the truth, you can move with purpose. You don't have to do it all today, but you must begin. On the other side of that first step is relief, not from escaping, but from knowing you're facing life with courage, living aligned with the person you want to be. Handling the problem changes how you see yourself. You start trusting yourself, walking with confidence, making faster decisions because you know you face reality instead of avoiding it. This is your moment. No one's permission is needed, no perfect plan. Pick one issue, one area needing your attention. Step into it with honesty, courage, and belief in your ability to resolve it. You're not stuck, you're just distracted. Clear it, and you unlock focus, peace, and drive. Once you feel that, you'll wonder why you waited. Don't let the day end without action. Make the call, write the plan, speak the truth. Release what holds you. Repair what needs fixing. Begin. The version of you who lives without that burden is already inside. You just need to act like they're real. Chapter 9. Track what you do and stay consistent daily. Without tracking, you're guessing. Guessing leads to lost control. You rely on memory, emotion, assumption, not facts. That's how people work hard without moving forward. They think they're doing enough, staying on track, but effort is inconsistent. Some days they show up, some they don't. Some days they focus, most days they're distracted. That's not how change happens. That's how frustration builds. Writing things down by hand is powerful. Tracking brings structure to growth. You stop being vague. You see clearly. You no longer say, "I think I'm doing okay." You know because the page proves it. Patterns emerge. You understand behavior on a different level. Tracking doesn't have to be complicated. Ask, what did I do today that moved me toward my goals? What did I avoid? Where did I spend most time? What can I improve tomorrow? These are mirrors reflecting truths you can't hide from. The page doesn't lie, it shows patterns, and your patterns determine your life. Most fail to stay consistent because they're unaware of their inconsistency. They start strong, then fall off. Some people do something great on Monday and forget it by Friday. They wait for motivation, but it doesn't return. Not because they're lazy or don't care, but because they have no system, no tracking, no review, no rhythm. Without rhythm, you lose flow, discipline, and momentum. Daily tracking keeps you honest. It builds accountability, not to anyone else, but to yourself. At the end of the day, you ask, did I do what I said I would? That question alone can change your life because it measures effort, not just intention. It deals with facts, not feelings. You don't need to be perfect or hit every goal every day. You just need to show up and track. Did you try? Did you push forward even a little? Confidence comes from keeping promises to yourself, and consistency keeps those promises. Consistency doesn't mean massive action. It means showing up even when you don't feel like it, doing what you said you would, especially on the hard days. Track your habits for 30 days and you'll learn more about yourself than most people do in years. You'll see when you perform best, notice your distractions, recognize emotional patterns, find where excuses hide. That awareness puts you in the driver's seat. You stop reacting. You stop guessing. You start leading your life. No one becomes great by accident. Every successful person keeps track of their actions, reviews, reflects, and adjusts. That's how growth happens. That's how progress feels real. And when you see progress, you stop needing motivation. Improvement itself becomes the fuel. Tracking isn't about judgment or beating yourself up. It's about ownership. It's learning from patterns to create better ones. You don't change your life by trying harder. You change it by tracking smarter. Every time you write something down, you reclaim control from distraction, excuses, and forgetfulness. You make growth visible. You take the invisible and turn it into something measurable, improvable, and celebratable. Consistency is the real secret to transformation. The hardest part isn't starting, it's continuing. That's where most people fail. They forget what's working, forget how far they came, think small steps don't matter. But small steps are everything. 1 page a day, 1 workout, 1 hour of focus. Done daily, they compound, multiply, turn into real results. If life feels chaotic, your mind scattered, or progress unclear, tracking is the solution. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Pick up a pen, start a simple list. Track what matters, not everything. What gets measured gets improved, and what gets improved gets repeated. That's how habits form. That's how growth sticks. You don't have to track forever, just long enough to build rhythm. Once rhythm is built, things get easier. Not because life changes, but because you change. You become more focused, disciplined, locked in. That feeling of being locked in is unmatched. You know you're serious when you track. Tracking takes effort, honesty, attention, but it also gives clarity. You see your strengths and weaknesses, and when you know them, you improve quickly. You stop wasting time, stop hoping, start building. Keep tracking simple. Use a notebook, wall calendar, chart, anything visually engaging. 5 minutes a day tracking what matters most can save years of confusion and regret. No one else can do it for you. No app, no person, no shortcut. But if you commit, you'll separate yourself. You'll build things others only talk about because now you're consistent. Consistency wins long term. Track, see progress, learn from patterns, build discipline, stay consistent. Not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. That's where breakthroughs happen. That's where you earn your future. One day, one page, one action at a time. The person you become from this work will be worth every step. Chapter 10. Repeat the habit until you become someone better. Becoming better doesn't happen in a day, one breakthrough, one book, or one decision. It comes from repetition, showing up day after day, doing what most people quit after a week. Real change is slow, uncomfortable. It doesn't ask how you feel. It asks you to commit anyway. You don't need to be extreme or impressive. You need consistency with the habits that matter for as long as it takes. You want to be stronger, sharper, more disciplined, more focused, more in control. Repeat the habits that build those qualities. Not once, not when it's easy. Over and over until actions become who you are, automatic. Then you know you've changed. Not because you said so, but because your actions need no negotiation. They happen because they're who you are. This is where most people fall short. They want the result, but they won't repeat the process. They start something good, do it for a few days, and then fall off. Not because they can't, but because they expected fast change. It doesn't work that way. You don't become better from trying hard for a week. You become better by keeping going long after the excitement is gone. That's where character is built, where the old version of you gets left behind. You don't grow from what you do occasionally. You grow from what you do daily. That small habit, reading, journaling, walking, meditating, training, planning, if you stick to it, it will change you. It will shape your thinking, shift your mood, harden your focus. You won't notice it overnight, that's the point. It sneaks up on you. One day, you'll look back and realize, I'm not who I used to be. Not because of one big move, but because you kept showing up when it wasn't fun anymore. There's nothing glamorous about repetition. It's quiet, boring, filled with doubts. Rewards aren't immediate. That's why it's hard and why most people quit. But those who stay with it evolve. They understand the habit is more important than the feeling, the action more important than the mood. Showing up imperfectly beats waiting for perfect conditions. Repetition builds trust, not with others but with yourself. Every time you do what you said you'd do, you prove your words mean something. You stop breaking promises to yourself, stop negotiating with laziness, stop letting emotions control your direction. You move with clarity. You expect more from yourself, not because someone told you, but because you've seen what's possible when consistent. The world is loud with shortcuts. Everyone wants to skip steps, but shortcuts rob you of the process, and the process is where growth lives. The habit is where real transformation happens. Not in what you say you'll do, but in what you do repeatedly. Repetition doesn't just build discipline, it rewires your identity. You go from someone who tries to someone who lives it. Repeated long enough, habits stop being actions. They become who you are. You don't just run, you're a runner. You don't just eat better, you honor your health. You don't just write, you're a writer. Identity aligns you with action. The result will follow. You might not see it yet, but every repetition counts, every effort adds up. Mirrors may not show it, minds may feel tired, but discipline is growing. Trust the process. Stay with it. This is what separates average from great. The ability to keep doing the right thing long after motivation fades. The patience to repeat basics when no one notices. The strength to keep going when results are invisible. That's what builds power, the foundation for everything else. Stop changing plans every few days. Pick habits that align with your future and repeat them daily, without exception. You don't need to change everything. Just stay consistent with a few core habits until they change you. Slowly, then suddenly. When the shift happens, no one will need convincing. They'll see it in how you speak, move, and live. Repetition also teaches you to work through resistance. Some days, your mind fights. Every part of you wants to skip, postpone, walk away. Those are the days that matter most. The old you tries to return. Your job is not to let it. Show up anyway. Tired, unsure, it doesn't matter. Don't break the chain. Each repetition builds someone stronger. You don't need 100 habits, just a few that matter and the discipline to repeat them. It's not exciting, not easy, but it's real and it works. The people you admire aren't magical, they're consistent, faithful to the process, even when it's slow, hard, quiet. Repetition works because the brain learns through it. Habits form, focus sharpens, confidence builds. The more you do, the more natural it feels, the less resistance you meet, the more momentum you create. With momentum, everything becomes easier. If you're serious about growth, stop chasing results. Repeat the right habits again and again until you don't recognize yourself, until people ask what changed, until you feel the shift in how you carry yourself. That's the reward, and it's worth the wait. You already know what to do. You don't need another plan. 1 hour a day, one focused action, one habit that lifts you, one step forward. Repeat today, repeat tomorrow, repeat the day after. Keep going until it's no longer a habit. It becomes who you are. That's how you become someone better. That's how you take control. Not with noise, not with speed, but with quiet, focused, relentless repetition. That's where real change lives. And now, it's your turn.